Hi, how you guys doing? I'm coming to you in the new year. I told you guys that I will be doing more live videos just so we can correspond back and forth. So, any questions that you may have for me, any question about the jury, any question about entrepreneurship, you can feel free to just shoot me an email, text me, and all my information is below this video. One of the number one questions I get all the time is, how did you get started? Well, for the ones that don't know, I am a single mom of two very active children. My son he'll be 15 this year, and my daughter will be 10. I'll be 39, and the reason I'm giving you my ages and my children's ages because everybody always think I'm too old to start something new. I'm too old to start my dreams. If I would have done it 10 years ago, if I would have done it before I got married or right after my divorce, there's no perfect time to start living your life. Once you wake up and decide what you've been doing doesn't work anymore, that's your moment to start living your life. I've gone through divorce. I've gone through foreclosure. I've gone through being laid off. I've gone through I hate my job. Supervisor is incompetent. I'm basically doing her job. I was in advertising for 8 years. So I've done everything. I've done what the system told me to do. Went to school, came out, got a trade. I was working. I wanted to be a nurse, so I got a certification in being a patient care tech. I was working at Shepherd Spinal. Then I went to found my way with that agency, doing in-home care. So I was doing that. Then I found the love of my life. We got married. We had children. That didn't work out. Fast forward. Then what? Once you've done all what they told you to do, for the ones that are college graduates, that you have your master, you have your degrees, you've gone back to school again to get another certification that would enhance your career. That's great. But if you're sitting behind that desk every day and you're still questioning, now what? My thing is, bank on you. What is the thing that you do when no one's around, or the thing you find yourself doing for free? That's the thing that you can capitalize on. For me, it was twiddling with jewelry. I was always fascinated with jewelry, and I was doing it in my spare time. Came across, it was right before September, when I was working. We was gearing up for a breast cancer walk, and I started making breast cancer bracelets for me and the employees that was involved, and it took off. People start wanting them. I start selling them. Then it went from breast cancer bracelets to just everyday, where you may want that one piece of sparkly on your wrist, or you may want that necklace, or you may want those earrings. And that just took over. It took over so much that I started concentrating on jewelry more than my job. I was selling behind my job, and it got to the point I got so passionate about jewelry making. My jewelry making income surpassed my salary on my job. So when it got to the point where they did lay us off and all that good stuff, I say good stuff because sometimes what you think is horrible, what you think is the end, is actually the beginning. If they didn't, if me and my supervisor didn't bump head, if I wasn't borderline every day threatening to quit, or the company actually just fizzing out, I wouldn't be living my life. I was reading a book yesterday, and it was talking about being human beings. The thing is, we're always human doers. We're always doing stuff instead of just resting in what we were called to 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 be to be. And I really believe that jury making and connecting with people is my passion. I mean, I could be sitting around. I'm going to meet a client in an hour, and we met literally at Olive Garden Bar. I was just talking to her. I wasn't trying to sell her anything. I was just asking her about her passions and what her visions is for herself. She began to tell me her story. I began to share with her what I've gone through and where I am. And I am actually a human being now. I'm actually being what God created me to be. I'm walking in my purpose. You see what I'm saying? So for a lot of us, it takes us a while. For a lot of people, they never find out what they want to do. Or even if they know they're called to do a thing, they're scared to step out and do that thing. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm saying find your purpose. For some, you like baking. You like, you in your spare time, you make cupcakes, you make pastries or whatever. When you give them to people or you at the PTA, they go crazy. That may be your thing. For others, it may be you sit around and you bedazzle jackets. You'll take anything and bedazzle it out. That may be your thing. But don't despise those little things. The things that you may do nails. You may sit around and put little art designs or crazy colors or whatever. Nails. That may be your thing that launches you into your purpose. So my thing is, in the new year, I'm taking this time out before I go meet with the client to just jog your thoughts. On January 11th, which is next Sunday, at 3 o'clock, we are having a vision board party. Vision board is actually cutting out things in magazines, or you can print those things out and actually put it on a visual board and place it every day, or a place where you can pass by it, so it always jog your memory of the things. It keep it in the forefront of your mind. If you want to own a salon, then obviously you would cut out pictures of maybe a salon that you always admire. Like, oh, I really love Gresham Jowl Salon. I really would like to own something. You may not be a hairstylist, but that may be something that a salon you may would like to own a salon like hers. Well, I would encourage you to reach out to her, email Crystal, and ask her. Success leaves clues. When I was into jury, I started seeking people out that was actually in the jury making business, that are actually doing it full time. I sought them out. If they carved me out a little piece of their time, I would sit down and ask them questions. How do you do it? How are you successful at it? What do you suggest I do? Ask. If you don't ask, you won't know. And you literally just email a person, connect with people. Connect with other entrepreneurs that are like-minded like yourself. Guys, there's only one life to live. We're only going through this thing called life one time. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant for us to live our best life. We're all in it together. I'll say it again. We're all in it together. A lot of times I'll have vision board parties or plaything parties throughout the year. Not so much for the jury, for you to connect with other brothers and sisters that are possibly like-minded like yourself. If me and 5 other people are in a room and we're all about entrepreneurship, we're all about leaving a legacy, we're all about doing what God calls us to do, you know what? Before we know it, I'm connecting with Arinthia, I'm connecting with Sister Tangi, I'm connecting with Jared, I'm connecting with other entrepreneurs, and Arinthia saying, hey, I got a women's conference coming up the next 2 weeks. You can sell your jewelry there. And then I'll say, hey, Sister Arinthia, I was at a vision board party and it was a young lady that was looking for a mentor for young girls. I think that would be a good fit for you. And then I may go to another event that has a lot of maybe a more party atmosphere, which I'll know alcohol may be served. And I'll talk with the host and say, hey, you may want to have a car service on hand to prohibit drunk driving. Then I would call Brother Jared Stinson to say, hey, we would like to use your car service for this event to make sure everybody get to and from the event safely. So my thing is, people, we're all in it together. We're all hopefully trying to reach a common goal, which is the goal is to live your best self. That's not to say once we become a millionaire or once we become a certain dollar amount, but it is to not be on a job that you hate. It is to not spend, and they said 2,080 hours on a job. 40 years of your life doing something you don't like. 10 hours at work. 8 hours sleep. 6 hours, they're saying it's only you time. 6 hours out of a day that you only have time to spend with your children, your husband, your spouse, doing that thing. You're going to tell me it's 24 hours in a day and I got to be at somebody's job more than I am spending with my own children? That's insane. But I did it. And until the universe, until God dropped that thing in my lap and I actually took the risk. Being an entrepreneur isn't for cowards, because it's self-discipline has to come into place. With freedom comes responsibility, so I can't do a lot. I have to count up the cost what I want to do, because I am working for myself. I'm responsible for my own health care. I'm responsible for how much money do I want to spend on vendor's fee this month, or supplies, or I see some new bees or new things that I want. I have to budget those things. I have to be the, right now I'm at the point I have to be the salesperson, my legal team, my marketing team, mommy. I have to do all those things at this point. So it's like with that comes time, discipline, management of my money, and all that good stuff. So guys, if you have any more questions for me, feel free to email me, Nicola Moreland 1 at yahoo.com. You can always inbox me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Until the next time, peace. Love you. Happy New Year.